How's it going? I got a blue undertone on there today. I used cobalt blue. I mixed some white with it. Got this very light blue. I didn't mention on my other videos, when you put this undertone up, just use regular water with the paint, okay? Because then it dries quicker and then it won't blend in with the new paint that you put up there. If you use the flow additive water, then it stays wet longer and it could bleed into the color you put up there. So I'm starting with a light blue undertone, and I'm going to sketch. I still have a bunch of layouts I did here that I want to finish before I do the trees. I've been working on regular trees, so I'm going to come up. This is going to be a cool one. I'm going to come up 2/3 for the horizon, okay? One, two, three. This will be the sky here. And then what I want to do, I'm going to have mountains coming directly to the middle back here. And they're going to be going up this way. I'll just put a light line here and a light line going up here. And start here in the middle, and let's create some mountain tops that hit that line. Okay. Bring them down in front of the last mountain. Put a bunch of peaks in there so it looks like they're coming forward. Okay. We'll put a bunch of peaks in here. And then for back here, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to run water in here. So what I'm going to do is run a zigzag line here, right out to the side. And then the same thing over here, out to the side. And that opens all this up here. This could either be water or we could turn it into land. But what I have here, there's going to be a foreground down here. Uh, Maybe just bushes so we can put some trees over here. I'm thinking on here I have it either water or land. This could be. I think I'm going to leave it water. So there we go. There's a simple layout. And there's also going to be some land down in here under the mountains. So we'll be able to put some bushes out here with some trees as well. Okay. Look at that. I already got a layout. It's good to lay this out if you're not used to painting on the fly. Okay. I'm going to put all this paint on with I got a number 12 filbert brush. What I'm going to do is block my color in first. Since we already have blue down in the water and the sky, I'm gonna start with the mountains. Believe it or not. So I'm using. Let me show you my palette. Uh, Burnt umber. I made my own yellow ochre. I took some of the burnt umber and mixed some yellow in it. I got red here in case I want some orange ochre down here. This was Hooker's green. This has black in it. This one has yellow. Cobalt blue, Payne's gray with white. And I think I'm going to make the mountains dark today. So I'm going to use Payne's gray. I'll lighten it up just a bit, but I'm using a little bit of the flow agent. We don't need it much on this because there's not much. I'm not doing the sky or water, so it's pretty much. Let's just get the mountains in real quick with the Payne's Gray. Just concentrate on the tops right now, and don't bring it down too far because we want some land underneath the mountains. So let's just fill in all the mountain peaks with Payne's Gray with a little white in it to lighten it up. And don't bring it down too far. Look at this mountain, has some ridges over here. That's going to look cool. This is just also underpaint still on the mountain, so let's just bring it down to about there. I want this to be either grass or dirt down in here. This is going to be an easy one, but it's going to look cool. It's going to look like it has some distance, okay? Some depth. See how I followed that line up with the peaks going up? And then you also have to bring it down a little to get the effect that the mountains are going off into the distance, okay? If you make them straight across, you're not going to get that effect, okay? So this one that's going to be in the front here, we got to bring it down a little bit more. Just like that. And I will level it off down here. Alright, so there's the under paint for the mountains. Let's see how that's looking. Make sure it's staying in focus. That looks good. I could move this in a little more, I think. Squeak, squeak. Alright, so now what I want to do, I'm gonna grab a little bit of white right now. Just a little bit of white on the tip. And just lighten up the bottom of the mountain with some white, okay? And then draw it back into the mountain. And then kind of blend it down a bit. Little bit of white down here. Okay, now I'm gonna put burnt umber down here, where all this land's gonna be at the base of the mountain. So I got it's really dark, which is, it's okay if it's dark. Just put it in dark, and then we can lighten up the back with some white when we're done getting our land put in here. And just get the color in. Try and follow your lines that you made here for the edge of the water. Let's just get some color put down, that's all. I'm talking about these parts coming out. Wet your brush a little bit and make sure you get a nice, if you have to use a smaller brush, this one's pretty big. But I like to lay out the whole painting with a larger brush. Because now I don't have to switch brushes so much. But this is almost done because, like I said, the water's already laid in there. Let me put a little heavier down here. Put the palette down. And kind of blend it in now. I'm not grabbing enough paint. There we go. I did put a little black in this burnt umber to make it a little darker. Alright, so there's the underpaint there. Now I want to lighten up this part back here, so rinse your brush off. Let me go to a smaller filbert brush now, number 8, and same thing, get a little bit of titanium white on your brush, and let's just lighten up maybe the first couple zigzags in here with the white. And just blend it in there. And blend it up into the mountains a little bit. If you keep a rag in your hand, you can just wipe your brush off and then use it to blend like this when you're just wipe it off with the rag. It's going to make this look a little farther back by lightening it up. Leave this dark up here. Look at that. That looks pretty good so far. I think what I want to do, I know I have blue undercoat. I made I made a little bit more cobalt blue with some white in it. So I'm going to go ahead and re-hit the sky with that color to darken it up now. This is just the underpaint here. So basically just going to hit it again. It's a little darker than the original undercoat. I think I'm going to throw a little bit of Payne's Gray up in there. Maybe right at the top. Maybe make a dark cloud right up at the top here. Just like that. Rinse my brush off. And I'm going to continue down with the blue now. You could play around with the sky. You can add some white right now if you wanted to. And maybe create some distant white clouds. But I'm going to do the clouds separately today. we'll just let this dry, and then I'll come back to it now. All right, let's see. How about the water? The water, I think I'm going to gray it up a bit. I'm going to put some gray in the cobalt blue from the sky, and almost make it grayish back here in the back. I did a cool painting similar to this, and I made this like a dry riverbed. It was similar to this, but the mountains were trees instead of mountains. It was almost the same style, but instead of putting water in there, I just left it brown, and it came out looking pretty good. As I come forward, I'm going to try and get a little bluer. This river really opens up over down here. It leaves a lot of room for, you could put things down here in the foreground if you wanted. But I've never done one with the river all open down here, so I'm going to leave it like that and see how it looks at the end. You'll see how I tie this in with some water from the back with a knife. I'm going to run some water from back here that ties into the river. Okay. That'll happen about halfway through the painting. All right, there's that. I'm going to go ahead and put my bushes in right now with the same brush. I'm going to use my dark sap green. Maybe I'm going to dab some bush tops in here with the brush. Get some texture in it. Maybe put a little land underneath it as well. By pulling it back underneath the bushes. Grab a little bit of white on your brush now, and at the bottom of the bushes, pull the white back. It's going to create the bush line there. You see that? Very good. Very good. I like it. Let me get the small brush again, and I'm going to finish the sky now. With like a light bluish white. Try and get close to my mountains here. So almost look like clouds around the top of the mountain peaks when it's all done. There we go. Very good. All right, I'm going to grab my knife and put some, I'm going to put the light coming from the right today. So I'm going to put color on the sides of the mountain. I'm putting a little blue and gray and some white. Just a little though. I want it to be more on the white side. It's kind of white. It's like a bluish white. Let's run some color up here with the knife. I'm going to shape my mountains. See all these different peaks up here? You can really make your mountains look cool by hitting all these different peaks with some color, okay? You can even add peaks in here on the sides. These small ones back here, I would just barely hit them. Once you get good at these mountains, you'll be able to go as fast as I do, and you'll be able to put this color up as quick as I do, okay? I'm trying to go fast so the video doesn't last for 2 hours, so. But you can kind of see what I'm doing. The mountains level out down here, so what I'm doing is just putting color like straight across like this, see? So it looks like it's flattening out, okay? Now these mountains, you got to decide, you know, because they kind of look cool already with this dark color, but I want to add another dimension to it, so I'm going to make another color that's darker than this white and a little lighter than this, so you get more color in your mountains, okay? So I'm going to mix blue and white and add some Payne's gray to it. The darker Payne's gray. The color's going to be in between this and that. It's almost like, let's see what, let me put a little up there, then I could tell you. Yeah, it's almost a, I'd say a dark gray. See that? Not as quite as dark as that gray, and not as light as the white. And I'm going to hit it just in certain areas. Because I like the way some of this dark color looks on the mountain already. But if you want to create different like peaks in here, you can do that. Okay. Everywhere that I put white, you can run a little bit of this color next to it, okay? To create shadow. And depending on how long you work on it, you can make it look cool, you know. I'm going to go pretty quick now, so it doesn't take too long. A lot of times when I have a double peak like this, I'll leave those dark there on the top, just to add some different element to the painting. But even down here where I went straight, you can add dark color in between all this white, okay? And you can probably just run your knife with some of the gray down here like this. Doesn't that look cool? Wow. That looks amazing already. I'm going to run some water now back from here into this water. I'm going to use like a bluish white gray color. I'm going to use this long knife for that. It really works good if it's clean. It's dirty. That way you can run a nice straight line coming out from behind. I put a little bit on the very tip, and I'm going to come from behind this little peak here with a straight line. And then I'm going to bring it back this way and bring it into the river. So it looks like the river's coming from way back there, which it does. I got a little too far this way, but I think it'll be all right. I kind of like it. It's a cool looking scene. I don't know if there's anything out there in nature that looks like this, but I kind of like it. usually use my other knife for this. I'm just trying to put a little bit of white in here to see if to make it look like water coming down right now. It almost looks like something like up in the north or something, you know, like Alaska or something. That's what it almost looks like to me. More Alaskan type mountains. I've never been to Alaska. I kind of like it though. Let's see, I'm going to try and lighten up some of this with the white or blue, light blue. Just put a few streaks in there. Just wipe your brush off and blend some color in that dark. I'm going to put some trees here now to see what it looks like. I'm going to try a different type of tree. Let's give it a try. I'm going to mix some of my brown and white. Let's grab a little bit of this burnt umber and grab a little white and a little darker. I'm going to put a tree trunk here. I want to use a smaller brush. Straight up. I'm going to use my liner brush and just put some branches coming off the tree now. It's going to be a different type of evergreen tree. I'm going to put I'm going to put leaves on all these branches once it dries up a bit. Let's start with this one down here. It's going to be a different type of tree. So wherever you put a branch coming out, just cover it with some dark green. Now we're going to highlight these branches. I think it needs one more down here. There we go. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Different. We'll put some regular trees down here. Boom. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. This highlight, I'm highlighting pretty much the whole tree this time. But I'm leaving a lot of the dark in the tree. And I'm going to highlight these bushes. Very good. Looks like a cool scene down there. All right, it's looking pretty good. Doesn't that look like Alaska a little bit? It does to me. to put some trees over here somewhere. And maybe some way out here in the distance. And even way out there. Looking pretty good. I'm going to highlight some of these trees here. Do 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 do. I kind of like it so far. I think I'm going to do some clouds now. I want to do like a dark cloud up here on the top. Yeah, something like that. And then trying to do wavy clouds in there. That'll work for now. It's a different type of painting here. Different type of clouds. That's about all I'm gonna do on this one. I'm already tired for some reason. I think I need to eat dinner. But it looks kind of cool. There's still a lot I'm going to do to it, and then I'll post it on the community page, but that's not too bad for 47 minutes. Let me know what you think, and wow. Doesn't look too bad. The light's glaring on it here. Get it out of the light. There we go. That's a little better. But there you go. Those trees look kind of cool down there in the foreground. Still a lot to do. I got to work the water back here, and maybe I can put a little waterfall right here. Make it look cool. But pretty cool. Pretty cool layout. At least it's got some depth to it. How the mountains are going back to the distance there. Hopefully you like that one, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me see if I'm getting any messages here. Hey, Jerry's on. James, hey. You live in Bangkok, Thailand. Wow. Cool. Bangkok. I'm glad you're watching the videos. Yeah. Alright, cheers, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for subscribing.